Bob and Doug are really just laser focused on those displays. They have insight directly into Dragon and the Falcon 9. They're able to see where their fuel loading is at, how everything's progressing down with the count.
ACCESORIOS final setup started.
Three and a half minutes from launch.
And the strong back is now reclining away from the Falcon 9.
And then header bridges. Over the lead. Dragon has transitioned to terminal count and is on internal test. Stage 1, box load.
Okay, we're at T-minus 2 minutes, 42 seconds. Stage 1 LOX load is closed out. Stage 2 will continue to load for about another head or so. Once we get the completion of stage 2 LOX loading, we have to vent out the line, so you'll see another large white cloud coming off of the strong back. That'll be normal. That'll happen around
Transitioning to
T-minus 1 minute and 40 seconds. We're going on internal power now.
Just a few seconds away from the stage 2 LOX load being complete. It's been almost 9 years since we've been in this position. A lot of work done by thousands of people to get to this point. We're trying to focus on 2 now.
Minuto.
Stage 2 LOX load is closed out. Propellant bells are complete. Dragon is in auto idle.
2 LOX load complete. All fuel, all oxidizer on Falcon 9. 1 minute 34 seconds to go till launch.
Falcon 9 is in startup. Dragon is in countdown. STS is armed for launch.
Under a minute now, the FPS, the flight termination system, has been armed.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
SpaceX Dragon, we're go for launch. Let's like this handle.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon to NASA SpaceX. Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
So rises a new era of American spaceflight, and with the ambitions of a new generation continuing to dream. 20 seconds into flight stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Plus 30 seconds into this historic mission. Flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9 is look at them go.
Falcon power is functioning nominal. And 1B throttle down.
We're throttling down to get ready for the period of maximum dynamic pressure. We're in the throttle bucket.
throttle up.
We're throttling back up the floors with Wimmer Rescue.
And we heard that one Bravo call out. That's just the second abort zone that they're in. They'll continue to be on this until the stage has done its job. They switch over to the second. At this point, about pulling about 2.3 Gs, 2.3 times the Earth's gravity, already moving at 1,500 miles per hour.
We've heard the call out for MVAC engine chill. That's getting the MVAC engine ready to light. That'll come at about 2:44 in the flight. Right now, everything continuing to look good. Next major event coming up is going to be the triple. We'll have main engine cutoff of the 9 first stage engines, stage separation, and then ignition of the second stage engine to continue to carry astronauts into orbit. Coming up in about 20 seconds.
And 1D throttle down.
We're throttling down the engines on the first stage. And we have Miko.
Eco.
Falcon stage separation confirmed.
FX.
All right, we have stage separation confirmed. The first stage beginning its flight back. The second stage being powered by that single Merlin 1D vacuum engine has ignited and is now carrying Bob and Doug into orbit. So they're going to continue under the power of this second stage,
Stage propulsion is nominal.
which will cut off at CO, or second engine cut off in about 8 minutes and 44 seconds into today's flight. So a little over 5 minutes to go still on this second stage. You're going to call out 2 Alpha, so they're now in the longest abort zone that carries them all the way from about North Carolina up the eastern seaboard, almost to Canada. Things looking good though, getting good call outs, nominal propulsion on that second stage. Bob and Doug continuing to make their way into orbit.
Dragon SpaceX nominal trajectory.
Acquisition of signal from Miko.
SpaceX Dragon nominal trajectory.
All right, here in nominal trajectories, the Dragon pointed in the right direction, continuing to make their flight uphill. Heard acquisition of signal Bermuda, that's one of the other ground stations that they're using to get telemetry and data back from this spacecraft.
Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal.
A little over 4 minutes, 40 seconds into the flight. Bob and Doug flying at more than 5,600 miles per hour.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
Already almost 200 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. Nominal trajectory continuing. And while they continue uphill, looks like we are getting a view of the first stage as well.
If on the right screen, you can see that first stage with the grid fins deployed. It's making its way back to attempt to land on our drone ship, Of Course, I Still Love You Today. And we're just about a couple minutes away from the entry burn, and that's where 3 of the 9 Merlin engines do ignite to help slow the vehicle down as it re-enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. And then after the entry burn will be the landing burn, which is just a single
Dragon
engine.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
And you heard,
Nominal.
is that call out? They are still on a nominal trajectory on Dragon, still on second stage, and that's that MVAC engine on second stage on your left screen. Again, on your right screen is that first stage booster coming back towards our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. We're about a minute away from entry burn.
Meanwhile, that's continuing to power Dragon into orbit. Again, if you're keeping an eye on that timer, that's going to continue to burn until 8 minutes and 44 seconds into flight. So a little over 2 minutes from now, we'll hear the call out SECO. It'll then be a little over 3 minutes until Dragon physically separates from the second stage of the Falcon 9 after the upper
Dragon
stage gets a
SpaceX,
chance.
nominal trajectory.
Dragon Copy, nominal trajectory.
Continuing to check in with Bob and Doug as they are on a nominal trajectory. Just about 10 seconds away from that first stage, starting that entry burn on your right screen. You should be able to see that view live. And there is that entry burn beginning. This burn lasts about 36 seconds long.
Stage 2, FTS is third.
Well, that entry burn continues. We're just about a minute away from SECO. We'll have a number of events all happen in rapid succession. That'll be the second engine cutoff. We'll be looking for that stage 1 landing burn shortly after.
Actually, just within a few seconds of each other. It's a cool view on your left screen, Bob and Doug on Dragon. Right now you can see the displays that they are seeing right now
Terminal
themselves.
guidance.
And vector all set.
We are 25 minutes or so away from SECO, or second engine cutoff.
This is also the point where Bob and Doug are experiencing their highest G-force. We're seeing the to right about 1.8.
Copy Shannon.
You heard Shannon, so that just means they're in their final abort zones. If they were to abort at this point, would either be in abort to orbit or to land off the coast of Ireland. Standing by for second.
Stage 1 line up clear. And vector all set. And vector.
Confirmation of SECO second engine cutoff.
Now we are waiting for our first stage to make its way to our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You.
Dragon SpaceX, nominal orbital insertion.
Confirmation is nominal.
Dragon Copy, nominal orbital insertion.
What you're seeing on your screen is a live view of our drone, where our first stage will be coming down. I think we lost that live view, but we'll wait for confirmation of that. On your screen, Falcon 9 has landed. This is the first Falcon 9 to carry humans to orbit, so very exciting for us. And as you can see on your right screen, Bob and Doug are still making their way to their targeted orbit. So exciting today.
It doesn't stop.
It does not stop.
All right, we did hear again that call out good orbital insertion, so that means Falcon 9 and Dragon right now exactly where they're supposed to be.
Kennedy to FRC on radar 1.
And it's right at about 12 minutes when the Dragon will separate. Looks like we saw what they brought up with them.
And before separation, before Dragon initiates separation from the second stage, they do make sure to they do ensure that the vehicle is in good condition before we separate.
The upper stage does small attitude maneuver using cold gas thrust built into the rocket body itself.
Exactly. So we do expect that separation to occur in about a minute from now, but they do wait until they have full confirmation that it is ready to separate. Such cool views. I cannot get over this view that we are seeing right now. Bob and Doug on the screen inside the Crew Dragon out in space.
Yeah, already 200 kilometers over planet Earth.
over the coast.
Good luck. Godspeed.
All right, so Bob and Doug are in space.
Activation and service section Draco checkouts. Notes on deploys in progress.
Copy all, we're monitoring.
The Corps here in Hawthorne giving the crew a heads up that we have time. Is going to open up a little bit more than 90 degrees, but to about, I think, 5 degrees, and that's going to expose the actual docking ring and the hatch that they're going to be going through once they attach to the National Space Station. 4 of those Draco thrusters, we call them the forward bulkhead thrusters, they're going to be used for these major phase burns or firing of those thrusters to actually raise their orbit gradually over the coming hours. Also heard good activation of the ECLIS, that's the Environmental Control and Life Support System. That's everything controlling their atmosphere, just keeping nice.
Right, exactly. Falcon is done for today, but the mission is not over. Crew Dragon's job is not done. As you can see, Bob and Doug are still inside Crew Dragon, making their way. It will be a 19-hour trip to the International Space Station before they dock tomorrow morning. And such cool views. I love that we can get these live views here and see what they're doing now that they are in orbit.
It's incredible to just be looking over their shoulder along for the ride.